what makes a hero? What makes somebody want to save lives? Is it somebody who has seen the side of war and does not want that to happen for anybody else? Is it somebody who will stand alone in the face of evil, knowing it's just him? Or is it somebody who has seen tragedy before and does not want it to happen to anybody else? Maybe it's somebody who sacrifices. And that's what I think, right? It's somebody who sacrifices to give up something for the sake of other considerations. So with that, would you consider it a sacrifice to kill those who are considered pure evil, those who are mass murderers? That would be my question. Why not kill the villains who kill others? And this has been a topic for a lot of people's discussions. A lot of people have kind of been on different sides of this debate. For me, though, I want to focus my points on Captain America and the Red Skull. Now, some of you may be asking, why Captain America and the Red Skull? Why not Batman and Joker like usual, or Spider-Man and Green Goblin, or Spider-Man and Venom? The reason why I want to focus on these people is because Red Skull is a Nazi. He is literally a villain designed to go against America and its beliefs, right? He is pure evil by definition. But yet here's Steve Rogers, who is the exact opposite. He is the hero of America. He even wears the symbols of his country on his suit. He embodies everything that he believes to be American tradition, saving lives, being the good guy. These two have been going at it for literally decades. And in those decades, Steve has never once tried to kill Red Skull. He's only wished to capture him and apprehend him. And I find that interesting because this guy is literally everything you don't want in the world, but you don't want him dead. And I think that speaks to heroes in general. I know in Injustice that we kind of saw what would happen if a superhero were to cross the line with Clark Kent, as he killed the Joker for killing his baby mother and the baby. And of course, in society, we have things like the death penalty for our own criminals. I refer to these criminals as psychotic, people who are disconnected from reality and only seek to destroy and do evil, mentally sick. But in contrast to that, they are sick. Batman knows this, that they are sick. And that is a part of the reason why he does not kill his villains. He seeks them help. It's part of the reason why Superman, with all of his abilities and powers, does not kill his enemies, even though he easily could. It is also what allows someone like Goku, who stares in the face of a man who killed his best friend, to still show him mercy and allow him to escape with his life. A hero, someone who finds the individual strength to persevere in spite of overwhelming obstacles. An overwhelming obstacle could definitely be the death of others. I think that's something that people really forget when they're talking about these things. It's very easy to stay on the outside of the box looking in and say, just kill that guy. He's a murderer. He's killed so many, hurt so many, done so much wrong. I remember when I was younger watching the Spider-Man movie and seeing Peter Parker react to his uncle dying. Not entirely his fault, but a direct action based on his own actions of letting that robber go, and in turn he goes to kill his uncle. And he blames himself for this. And we see that transpire throughout the movie and throughout the comics as he, in the beginning of his career, relentlessly chased down the man who kills his uncle. And he finally finds him. But he thinks back to what his uncle says, with great power comes great responsibility, and he doesn't kill him. He allows him to be arrested for the death of his uncle. That's not an easy thing to do, and I know we all understand this, or at least I hope we do. And in defense of the other side, I do think that there is a sort of mental restraint you have to have when it comes to killing. We see heroes who kill all the time, or we don't really call them heroes. Their correct term is anti-hero, but you see these people who consider themselves to save lives as a hero. Jason Todd as the Red Hood, the Punisher, Deadpool. Yes, they save lives, but in turn, their ideology of saving lives is to put down those who would seek to take them by force, those who are evil. And there are a lot of fan favorite characters, but their ideology as a whole is not something that's really looked upon in society as you might think. It's not as accepted as the superhero regular ideology of, hey, even though this guy is a murderer, even though this guy is a bomber or a arsonist or whatever he does, we're still going to try him by American law, however their laws are from, and they're going to seek justice that way. It's hard to see that, especially when you're somebody who has gone through the pain or has gone through that event that creates these heroes like Batman, like Spider-Man. You have to ask yourself the question, if it was you, if you were Batman, if you were Spider-Man, would you have killed those individuals? Would you have killed the Joker? Would you have killed the Green Goblin? And if your answer is yes, I ask you a second question. Would you be able to only stop there? And I want you to honestly think about that. Would you be able to stop at just him? What about the killer crocs in the world? Those who have spent their lives only knowing violence from others and seek to defend themselves by any means necessary since being a child. Maybe the Magnetos of the world, a defender of his own people who are constantly struck out against prejudice, racism, things they deal with on a regular day basis. He's the voice against that, like a Malcolm X. Those are just things to think about. And if we're being honest, if I was a hero, I think that I would have a hard time internally with making a decision, because you have duty to the world to stop these people. And at the same time, duty requires sacrifices. And the sacrifice, again, the line of duty could be to go against your own morals for the benefit of society. We all know the world would be a better place if Joker was dead. That's not a question. But how would the world view you if you took that type of matter into your own hands? If you became judge, jury, and executioner? And if you're telling me right now in response to this video that you could manage that easily, then I point to you, Superman, in Injustice. He thought the same thing you may be thinking right now, that he could stop there. And I know that you are not him, but just as easily as you could take one, you could take another, and another, and another, and another. It's just something to think about. I like this topic a lot. I love to hear the different sides and arguments for everybody. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, it's been King West. I appreciate y'all and love y'all, man. Peace.